With Arsenal currently in meltdown, will Arteta be backed or sacked? And the Gunners host high-flying Southampton at the Emirates tonight. Hi and welcome to Stay Gooned. I hope you're all doing well and keeping safe. This is the Red and Whiteboard Show, bringing you Arsenal news and views. During the latter years of Arsene Wenger's reign, the word crisis was often branded about every time we lost a game. But the truth is, back then we didn't even know what a crisis looked like. Because right now we're smack bang in the middle of a full-blown crisis, and it's not a pretty sight. We've made our worst start to a season in decades with a staggering 7 defeats from our opening 12 games, which is about a third of the way through the season so far. To put that into context, last season we lost 10 in the whole campaign, and that was our worst season since the mid-90s. We've also lost 4 straight home league games, something that hasn't happened since the 1950s. And we haven't scored a goal from open play in 8 league games. The 2 we have scored during that period was a penalty at Old Trafford and Gabriel's header against Wolves, which was not directly from a corner but led from a corner, so I don't count that as open play. In total we've got 10 goals, which is less than a goal a game, and we're currently 15th in the table, just 5 points off the relegation zone. The possibility of relegation is real, and if we continue like this, the unthinkable might actually happen. Taking a look at our remaining fixtures this month, it's difficult to see where our next points are going to come from. We host the impressive Southampton tonight, and I'm going to do the preview for that later on in the show, so stick around for that. Then we travel to Everton on Saturday. After that, on the Tuesday, we play Manchester City in the Carabao Cup, some respite from the league, and then we host Chelsea before travelling to Brighton on the 29th. It's a daunting fixture list, and if we get 6 points from that, it'll be an achievement given how we've been playing this season. The competition we have been doing well is the Europa League, but we've been handed a tough draw against Benfica in the next round, so even that journey could come to an end. But that's not until February, and will Mikel Arteta even be in charge when that game comes around? The horrendous start to the season sees Mikel Arteta under extreme pressure going into this Christmas period, and the calls for him to be sacked are starting to get louder and louder. Just a year into the job, and it's incredible how quickly it all seems to be unravelling for the Spaniard. That FA Cup win was just 4 months ago, but it seems like a distant memory now. All the optimism and goodwill is pretty much dead, and it's getting very difficult to make a case for why Arteta should remain in charge. It's not just on the pitch that we've been struggling, but there seems to be some very questionable decisions being made off it too. The banishment of Guendouzi, Ozil, Socrates and Saliba, the inconsistent approach to the discipline in the cases of Pepe, Willian and Xhaka have all added fuel to the fire. And now there's stories of a bust-up between David Luiz and Arteta. Has he already lost that dressing room? If he has done so, there's usually no way back from that. But what will the board do? For now, it does look like they still believe in him. Edu coming out this week and giving him the dreaded vote of confidence, stating that they still have faith in him and he needs more time. But how much time are they willing to afford him, and how many more defeats do we have to suffer before they do pull that trigger? With the results going the way they are, we could be sitting in that bottom 3 come the new year. Are they really willing to risk a relegation fight? On the other hand, if they are really serious about backing him, then it can't be just empty words. Stan Kroenke has to put his money where the board's mouth is and sign a couple of top players in January. Go out and break the bank for the likes of Jack Grealish and make a real statement. That kind of signing could turn the tide and we could start pushing up that table. Suddenly our midfield would have a different look, a world-class look, alongside the already acquired Thomas Partey. Personally, I would prefer that this was the road that we went down. I still want to see Arteta succeed. I just don't trust that the board will make the right choice if they do pull that trigger. It is crunch time for Stan Kroenke and his board. They've got to either sack Arteta and make a statement appointment as his replacement, or back him and make some statement signings in January. Let me know down below in the comments your thoughts and feelings on all of this. Are you Arteta in or Arteta out? Is it the board's fault or the players' fault that we're in this mess? Something has to change in January. Before we get to that January window, there is some key games to be played, starting with tonight's game against Southampton, so let's get into the preview. If you're new here or haven't subscribed yet, please do hit that button. It will mean a lot to me and help my channel to grow. I'll be putting out a lot more content in the new year, so make sure to hit that bell icon too so you don't miss those uploads. Also, I've had a couple of shout out requests, so let me give them a quick plug. LW Gamer, Dale Wardell and Military Gooner TV. Go and check them out after you've watched the rest of this video. Arsenal play host to Southampton tonight at the Emirates Stadium. There were due to be 2,000 fans at the game, but given London's new COVID restrictions, this will no longer happen and it will be behind closed doors. Ralph Hasenhuttl will be confident going into this. His side are flying high at the moment and they sit fourth in the table, having lost just 1 in 5 games, and they come into this with back-to-back Premier League victories. Arteta is in desperate need of the points. His side are languishing in 15th place and they've lost 4 out of the last 5 games, including 4 in a row at home. In the Premier League head-to-head, there's been 42 meetings with 23 wins for Arsenal and just 7 for Southampton. The Gunners have never lost to Southampton at home in the Premier League, and Southampton have won just once in the last 10 meetings. That win coming in 2018, a 3-2 win with Charlie Austin bagging the winner. This fixture last season finished 2-2 with Alex Lacazette grabbing a late equaliser in the 7th minute of injury time. Looking at the team news, Southampton have a fully fit and available squad to pick from. For Arsenal, Nicolas Pepe returns from his suspension, but Granit Xhaka starts his 3-game ban and Hector Bellerin is also suspended, having racked up 5 yellow cards. 2 players that many fans, myself included, have been calling to be dropped, but Arteta has so far resisted. But now his hand will be forced, so how will he line up? Time to get into my predicted XI. First of all, let me reveal my preferred lineup and I'd really shake it up. It's about time to give the Hale boys the opportunity to shine. I'd go with Leno in goal, a back 4 of Tierney, Gabriel, Luiz and Cedric. Maitland-Niles and Joe Willock in midfield behind the 3 of Saka, Smith Rowe and Pepe, and following Bellerin up front. Take Aubameyang out of the firing line. But Arteta won't go that bold, of course. I think Holding will continue alongside Gabriel in the centre of that defence. Maitland-Niles will come in at right back in place of Bellerin. Elneny and Joe Willock will be the double pivot, and the 3 in front of them will be Pepe coming back on the right, Saka on the left side, and I think Willian will operate in that number 10 role behind Aubameyang up top. Lacazette will drop out of the team. That's how I think Mikel Arteta will set the team up. Let me know down below your lineups for the game and the dreaded score predictions also. I've never got them right, or hardly ever get them right. I always back us to win, that's the reason. I just can't bring myself to say that we're going to lose the game, but this one is going to be a bit different. I hate to say it, but I just can't see us winning this game or even getting a draw. I can't even see us scoring a goal, to be honest. And I think we'll lose this game 1-0. I really hope I'm wrong, and this is the game that we turn it around in. We will have to wait and see what happens. That's just about it, folks. Thanks to everyone for watching. Remember to hit that subscribe button and the thumbs up. Wherever you are in the world, stay safe and stay gooned.